Here, read this.
Woof.
Been catching up on a very juicy news story relating to Steve Coogan's 2022 film, The Lost King, which tells the balmy story of Philippa Langley's discovery in about 2011 or 2012, I think, of the remains of King Richard III in a car park in Leicester. Somehow I haven't seen this film, despite my keen interest in the subject. Around the time the remains were found, I attended a very excitable literary talk. I can't remember if it was someone who was writing a book on the subject or someone who was involved in the whole project. But already then, so over 10 years ago, there was talk of tensions existing between Philippa Langley and the University of Leicester and the Richard III Society. And those tensions continue to this day. So it's now being reported that Richard Taylor, who was Deputy Registrar at the University of Leicester at the time of the dig, has won substantial damages from Steve Coogan and his production company over the distorted portrait of him that appears in the film The Lost King. Richard Taylor or his representatives have decried the depiction of him in the film as a devious weasel-like sexist who mocks Richard III's disabilities. It is a twisted caricature of Mr. Taylor, not the truth. So not only has he won a chunky payout, he's also managed to get an on-screen disclaimer put into the film that reads as follows. I mean, this is really a masterpiece. Whilst in this film, there is a character called Richard Taylor, who is shown to be an employee of the University of Leicester. The portrayal of him is fictional and does not represent the actions of the real Mr. Taylor, who was employed by the University of Leicester as its deputy registrar and acted with integrity during the events portrayed. This directly follows a disclaimer that already existed in the film, declaring all of the events you're about to see as true. So yeah, in real life, there was this guy called Richard Taylor who was an absolute saint, cherished by all who met him. But in our film, there happens to be a guy with the exact same name and the exact same job. But we've decided to portray him as a thundering twat. Everything else in the film is completely true. Richard Taylor is the one raisin of bullshit in an otherwise honest loaf. Seeing this, the next step for the Richard III Society surely must be to try and get some kind of similar disclaimer put in front of performances of Shakespeare's play. While in this play, there is a character called King Richard III who is shown to be a child-murdering psychopath. This is a twisted caricature and does not at all represent the real King Richard III, who we believe, in all likelihood, was a very good king. I mean, regardless of the truth here, what a peach of a story. The guy's even called Richard, involved in the discovery of King Richard III's remains, and has his character blackened and tarnished by a popular fictional representation. It's too good to be true. Somebody has to make that film. Two Richards, one gradually redeemed from being characterized as a bastard for centuries, as the other one goes down in flames. Get Michael Winterbottom on the phone and cast Coogan as them both.